Oh man, so a 19-year-old rapper NLE Choppa was dating a 26-year-old Instagram model by the name of Marissa. I believe I'm saying her name the right way. Now, earlier this week on social media, NLE Choppa came to announce his breakup on social media, saying that basically he's not ready for this right now and he has some more time to grow. He took accountability for them being separated, and I'm pretty sure that was a move that, since they had a public relationship, if you seen him moving X, Y, and Z certain type of way with different women, that you wouldn't go ahead and chastise her. People wouldn't go and badger her with that news to try to say, oh, you supposed to be in a relationship but you acting this type of way. He had to go ahead and get in front of it, and that was his way to do that. Now, after that point, the lady came on social media crying, and that right there have some people having some sympathy towards the young lady, and other people are like, why are you sitting here crying over this 19-year-old? And I'm gonna keep it G, that boy right there, he is a little bit more wiser than most at his age. But some people are giving him some flack by the way that he went about his breakup. But me personally, I'm proud of the boy, and this is my reason why. Now, all my loyal viewers, y'all know what I say. Do not muddy the waters. Don't muddy the waters. I feel like if you're gonna be living that strong life, that 304 life, or you be slanging penis everywhere, it's enough holes to go around. So the people that want to be monogamous, leave them alone and let all those type of people, congregate amongst each other. And you guys go to separate ways, because you cannot muddy the water. A lot of people, they get manipulative and they get controlling, and they want to deal with the single people so they can have their one person in the tuck that they can take advantage of while they still live that lit life, just smashing everything walking. My thing is, the trauma that you create is so bad, and it creates an endless cycle of people just trying to have one up on each other because they never know when they may get done wrong. So I'm proud that NLE Choppa was able to see within himself that he's not ready for that point. And obviously he ain't. He's 19 years old. Why would you expect a 19-year-old to be able to settle down? Even when speaking with my lady about the situation, when I told her, like, listen, homie 19 years old, his lady like 26, she like, whoa, why she expecting a 19-year-old to settle down? Straight up. That's why a lot of these people, I even told my niece getting ready to go to college, I said, yo, when you go to college, don't be sitting there trying to get into a relationship right then and there, especially with guys that's your age, because none of them have things figured out yet. It doesn't matter if you have the money yet, your mind state isn't there yet. So NLE went over a lot of different things. I'm gonna let you guys hear what he has to say, but he feels like he's being slighted in the media because they are pushing the narrative saying that, NLE Choppa broke up with this lady because he couldn't cheat in peace. He does not like that narrative. He's like, man, listen, I put out this 37-minute video. I have highlights from that. But before that, I'm gonna let y'all see what led up to him doing that with this lady coming on the camera and crying about the situation.
I have given myself to one man for a year and 3 months, and just one man, nobody else. And you build so much with that person, you go through so much with that person, and my healing process, I can't tell y'all how hard it is for me to sleep, or how hard it is for me to get up and face reality, because this was not my reality a week ago. I have given myself, I can't tell y'all how hard it is, because I love so hard, and I love harder and harder and harder every time, and this one hurts the most, because I really thought that I was gonna marry this man. And I get it, he's young. Why would you think that? It wasn't like that. And I'm trying to be strong, and it's hard. So, to my healing journey, I've already started therapy, and I'm trying to figure out ways to get up out of the bed and stuff like that. And I've changed my whole life, so it's like, it's just lessons, And people be like, he's young, you were stupid. I can't You were stupid, all this shit, but he was doing things that grown man never did for me, never taught me. I experienced things that he was just so mature, and just because he was young, it doesn't mean that he didn't have the ability to do so.
So yeah, that's a heartfelt message right there. She's trying to come to grips with it, but all in all, she was put out of her misery. So NLE is going to explain that. I'm going to have it chopped up, but he's going to explain that he basically had to put her out of her misery.
By far, she is the most brilliant woman I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing I hate, when people comfort her in the sense of, or talk down on her and talk about her. She's just very emotional, but she is the most brilliant woman I've ever had. She showed me what loyalty was. She showed me women still cook. You know what I'm saying? She showed me true love, you know what I'm saying? And I'm mature enough to know to say that I wasn't ready for it. But within me saying I wasn't ready for it, not only am I telling y'all that, I always let her know that. I always let her know that from day one. The saying that I've learned recently that resonated with the relationship that we had was to never catch a falling knife. And I feel like she caught one as well, because I was in the process of trying to heal from something myself. It wasn't relationship-wise, but hers was a relationship thing, and I had my different journey I was trying to heal from. And I feel like we both took a pit stop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we both stopped at the same gas station just to fill up, you know what I'm saying, to keep going with our journey. And once we stopped at that gas station, we got distracted from what we were trying to heal from, and we still had traumas, pain, things to do mentally to go within self to conquer, to fight before we could be prepared to jump in something new. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was I guess leading her on in a sense, but in the process of all of that happening, I was always honest with who I was as a person, because I loved myself regardless of anything. I loved myself, so I didn't want to put myself in the same predicament I've already put myself in my past relationships. So in the process of her, I started to feel she grew feelings. I started to let her know who I was as a person. I said, listen here, I said, I know you starting to grow feelings for me, but I want to let you know who I am as a person, first and foremost. I don't see myself at this time period, with me being 19 years old, with me have not experienced my 20s and all this stuff. I do not see me being just loyal to you. And by loyal, I don't mean the real definition of loyalty. The real definition of loyalty is to have somebody back through whatever. That's what I find. That's what loyalty is to me. Some people value loyalty off if you cheat or if you don't cheat. But in the beginning, I told her, I said, yo, I'm a loyal individual, but I can't sit here and lie to you and say, if I be with you, it's just gonna be you the only person I'm gonna have sex with, or you would be the only partner. And she took it in and she was like, no, that's different. It's different. I appreciate your honesty. Nobody's ever been that honest and straight up with me. If we was to get together, we could work. I think I could work with that. All right, so boom. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, in the process of this, I think I found my match for my present moment self. Because I don't know, in the future, 10 years from now, 5, 6, 7 years from now, I may say, okay, I'm done. I don't want to experience sexual relations with this many people or this many people. I probably just want my personal, and that's it. But speaking of me, my present sense, I know who I was as a person, and that comes from loving myself and just knowing myself, and not trying to be a poison to another female. Because I feel like in my past, don't get me wrong, motherfuckers need to take accountability for what they did in the past, but I'm always take accountability for myself. So speaking on my behalf, I know I wasn't the best man, and that's because I was dishonest. I said, if I ever get in another situation, another relationship, I'm gonna be honest. I don't see myself having one wife. And that's another thing. Marissa, she was big on marriage. So I'm like, I had to let her know, like, I don't see myself having one wife. I said, I'll probably marry you, but you would have to, be cool with the simple fact that I believe in polygamy. So you may not be the only person that I would marry. You know what I'm saying? And I let her know that. And she was like, that's different. I feel like that's cool. I feel like that's something I can work on with being open to as well. Marissa was willing to give up all of these things that she felt was that she was gonna get from just out of life. She felt she was gonna get married, which she probably is. She probably might find that person that is just gonna marry her. But this is pretty much her life. This was pretty much already thought out in her brain. She was gonna get married to somebody that was faithful for her, faithful just to her, build a whole family, and just live happily ever after. And I was telling her, it sounds a bit like a fairy tale because certain things don't always play in that type of sense, or the cards don't sometimes roll out that way, but it's not impossible. But I say, if you're looking from that, from me, my present moment, who I am as today, when I wake up today, you're not gonna find that in me. I let her know that several times, several occasions, and she was cool with it. And she said, well, she was with me in a sense of hope. I feel like she was with me in a sense of hope, and I grew out of it. She was willing to do everything. Did she want to do it? Her mind and her heart wanted to do it. But her soul, that was not what her soul wanted. That's why I had to distance myself. Because I'm not ready for that. That's the part of my life I'm not ready for. It's like we was in two different worlds. And it's like every day I had to bring her back into mine to let her know, like, hey, you told me this is what you wanted, this is what you signed up for. You gotta stick with it. If I'm caught up, if me and you say, if I tell you I'm a cheat or whatever, and you say I'm cool with that as long as you take care of home, and which I do. I take care of home, make sure you're right physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, everything. Make sure I'm hands-on with everything. But the littlest bit of peace where I want to do is where I do my dirt at, because I let you know that, and you approved of it. You signed up for it. You said it was cool. And once I do it, I don't get the peace of mind to do it. I don't feel free, and I don't feel free to who I am as a person. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, you broke up with her, or you broke up with her because you wanted to fuck other bitches." That's wrong. I mean, nah, and it doesn't even just stops right there. It's just the basic sense of freedom, being free. I'm a free spirit. I thought being honest was going to create the freedom of being free, to not feel slaved. I thought me being honest, telling a person who I was as a person, was going to free me to be able to keep my sanity while I had to make another person happy and keep myself happy through this shit that y'all don't even know about, through the shit I already go through. I got to keep my sanity through that and keep somebody happy when I'm not even happy every day. I cannot do that. I would drive myself crazy, bro. So I separated, and I was the bigger person to do it. I was the stronger one to do it. And of course, the stronger one is going to be the one to look like the asshole. That girl sweet as hell. She's a great girl. She's a gift. She's a blessing. She's an angel. But I just know the timing of who I am and who she is. It's like water and oil. It ain't gonna mix. I used to always tell my mom, I used to be like, Mom, she say she can handle it, but I know she can't. I used to always tell Mama that. I used to be like, Mom, she can't handle this shit, bro, and I'm in too deep. And I know by the time I pull the plug, it's gonna be huge, because of how long I carried on, knowing that she wasn't gonna be able to understand where I was at, or understand that who I was as a person wasn't gonna change no time soon.
So in his opinion, she's a good girl. And she was gonna do whatever down to, you know, make sure that she loves him, because she's at this point in time, she's in that state of ready to go ahead and settle down and ready to love in this manner. But the person that she chooses has to match that. They got to be on the same page of the. You could be reading from the same book. You know, everyone could be reading in the same book, but if you on different pages, then that's where you have the problem. Even though he's an advanced reader, he's at the beginning stages of that book. He's not at the point that she's at right now, ready for that denouement. That point in life, he's not ready for that yet. And she was going to go ahead and sacrifice what she really wants out of life to go ahead and try to bend and fold for him. And he had to say like, damn, I can't continue taking advantage of her, because no matter what I do, she's gonna be down for it. Y'all remember Coming to America when they had the arranged marriage and Eddie Murphy was telling the chick bark like a dog, and she was doing everything he said. He like, man, I can't deal with a chick like this. In this situation, it's different because he actually, NLE Choppa actually has emotional connection to this young lady, but the fact that he has a hold in being able to manipulate, I wouldn't even say manipulate, but being able to make her bend at his demands in that way, that right there shows you that, you know, he didn't really want to be in that position. Because it's one thing if she could accept it, in what she said, and it's why I said back at the beginning of the video, there's people out here that accepts that lifestyle. Go deal with them, and he wants to go and deal with them rather than someone that has a different idea as far as what they want out of life and trying to make them bend to what he wants them to bend to. You know, I know she gonna feel some type of way about leaving that lifestyle. The bread it may not be there with the next man. She said she felt like she could marry that boy. I'm gonna take her word for what it was. But sometimes people come into your life for seasons, and you learn about yourself while dealing with them. And you know, that just be what it is. Shouts out once again for NLE Choppa understanding to not muddy the water and having self-awareness and letting her go and be true to who she was and not, you know, compromising to that extent. Relationships are built off a lot of compromises, but you don't want to completely lose yourself for somebody else, if you feel what I'm saying. But I'm going to get up out of here though, man. It's your boy Stacy. Listen, Godspeed to 40,000 subscribers. We on the way, 40K, we on the way, man. Make sure you add to that number if you haven't already. Smash the like button for the algorithm. Comment down below what you think. Let me know, man. It's your boy Stacy. Yo. And Godspeed merch collection will be dropping September 23rd, Friday, man. Featuring this premium tee right here. Also, a lot of basic tees available too. It's Godspeed on the road to your purpose.